Hi, this is Jack. This is my bar by bar review of the Russell 2000 futures contract for December 4th. And the first bar of the day is a very big bull bar. It could be a second leg up from this rally that began towards the midpoint of yesterday on this chart. It's a big bar and big risk. It's probably always in long, but look at what happened here. We opened, sold off, tested the close, rallied, and then we vacuumed up, probably testing some resistance level here. So probably better to wait and see what happens afterwards. Does this look like the start of a strong bull trend, or does this look like a leg in a trading range? And to me, it looks like a second leg up in a trading range, testing the top of the channel here after a sell-off the prior day. And yesterday, while I'm talking about it, was a bear trend day with a trading range at the end of the day in a triangle, possibly a final flag for the bears. So this could be a higher low major trend reversal for the bulls. Bar 2, deep pullback, testing this higher time frame EMA and rally, but again, tails on the bars tell me that we're probably still in a trading range. And these are pretty big bars comparatively to everything else that's happening here. So probably the opening range is going to be big and pretty volatile, so probably better to just do nothing and wait. And bar 3 is a bear breakout bar, but it's nearly entirely overlapping bar 2, probably going lower, but instead traders bought the close and we vacuumed back up to the top of the range on bar 4. Again, big tail, so not a lot of conviction into the close of these bars, and I expect to find more sellers above. We could get a second leg up, a bigger second leg up from 1 and 2, but this is 2 legs up, deep pullback, and now a double top with 2. Breakout pullback buy, low 2. Not a great signal bar for the short, but reasonable if you're betting on a trading range and failed breakout. Bar 6, the inside bar, now 3 bull bars in a row. Not much reason to sell up here, but again, I just can't get past the look of this chart. It looks like a trading range to me. Outside bar on 7, and then bear breakout on 8. Probably going lower, probably sellers above. 9, sellers above. Weak close on 9. It could be 2 or 3 legs down. Overall trading range here. But to me, lots of overlap, bad follow through, big tails. Really tough to do anything here. Probably better to be short or flat, but the problem with being short here is this could be the bottom of the range. Bar 10 breaking out below the EMA. Probably always in short now, but could be a 2-legged move in a trading range. We're testing the breakout point, 45 close, or any of these swing points here, and reversing up. We broke out well below them, so I expect us to go lower. So probably sellers above for a second leg down. It's at least 2 or 3 implied legs down, and at least 1 or 2 legs down here. Small follow through bar, doji, probably needs to pull back. 12, we broke out, and breakout failed, so probably sellers above. Probably another bull bar after this. 13, inside bar. There's the bull bar on 14. Big tail, pulling back. It's 2 legs up in a trading range, testing the breakout point. Aiming for the 6 low, didn't quite get there. Now we got there on 15. Starting to channel higher. So what do we have so far in the day? Well, so far we have a bull trend, but it just doesn't look quite right, does it? We have a deep pullback here. If you're a bull, and we just measure the first bar of the day, yeah, we have a 50% pullback, and we held here, and we're heading back for the top. The high close is 6. And there's a lot of bad follow through, lots of overlap. It just doesn't look quite right. This doesn't look like the start of a strong bull trend, though we are channeling higher. And this bar is climactic. It's bigger than the prior bar. This bar is bigger than that bar. Tails, so probably sellers up here somewhere. Probably better to do nothing. If you're long, probably take profits up here. And for that reason, traders sold the close on 15. We had a small rally, micro double top with 15, then we sold off. But right at the EMA, so probably a pullback and a second leg down. Immediate follow through, but bull doji bar, not ideal. Probably sellers above. Reasonable stop entry for the bulls, but just not that high probability. What's the probability that if you take the stop entry, what's the probability we get here before we get to the bottom of the bar? And I'm not sure it's more than 50%. So for that reason, if you take this entry, this stop entry, you have to swing. And you got to ask yourself, if you're swing trading based on this signal bar, what's the likelihood you get up here before you get down here? I don't even know if it's 40%. So really, probably sellers above. 18, good entry bar for the bulls and follow through, but pull back on 19, so it's 2 legs up, testing the high close 15, probably aiming for the high close 6. We may find sellers above the high of 15. Sellers above the high of 19, outside down, bear bar, probably going lower. 21, bad follow through. And look at something else I want to talk about. Look at what's happening today so far. So big, strong, bull bar, bad follow through, and then trader sold to close here. Big, strong bull bar here, bad follow through. We reversed. Strong bear bar, buyers below. Strong bear micro channel. Well, I say strong, but strong enough. We channeled down. It's a tight channel down, and then we rallied. Strong bar 15, sold it. Strong bar 18, 19, sold it. So that's a trading range. That's trading range price action. Yes, we're channeling higher, but we have a triangle, and traders are doing the opposite of whatever the bar looks like. So we get a strong bear bar, bad follow through. Bad bull bar, it'll probably stands a reasonable chance of getting decent follow through, but even if we do get decent follow through, it'll probably end up like 18, 19 or 14, 15. Traders will probably sell the close or sell above. Good entry bar, just like I said, 22, but what's going to happen above the bar? Good follow through, 23, 24, channeling higher, testing the high closes. Swing points up here, so resistance. We're breaking out of the triangle, but look at the breakout. I just drew that triangle. We failed to break out of it here on 19, and now we're trying to break out of it again on 23, 24. And you got to ask yourself, is this the kind of breakout that's going to last a long time and lead to a swing up? If we're breaking out of a triangle, I want to see bars like 18, 22, maybe even 4. But we're really not getting anywhere. Finally, some good follow through on 25. But really, 25 is the first breakout bar of these swing highs, and we're still inside of the range of the 5 high. So resistance above, if anything, buy a pullback, but don't buy the close. Instead, traders sold the close. In fact, it's such a bad buy the close bar, traders did the opposite. They sold the close. And we nearly went outside down on 26. Probably a pullback and a second leg down. Small pullback, and then a sell-off, but right at the EMA, so maybe buyers below. Slowing down on 28, probably a pullback. Here's the pullback on 29. We're still channeling higher. You can argue that we broke out of the triangle, and now we tested as support, and we're trying to rally again. And that's reasonable, but look at all the selling pressure today so far. What's your argument if you're long up here? We're pretty high in the range. Yes, we're channeling higher, but we're also forming lower highs. So there's just something wrong with this picture for the bulls. So good entry bar, but probably going to scalp out. So 30, trader scalped out, second leg down from 26 and 27. Probably another leg down on 31, 32. Bad follow through, 33. Bad stop entry for the bulls, so probably sellers above. Instead, we get a bear bar, inside bar, outside bar. Breakout to the downside, but weak. And then better bar on 37. Closing maybe below the swing low here on 11. Probably going lower. Short covering, 38. Sold to close on 39. Probably another leg down. 2 legs up on 40. Bad follow through, 41. Why did 41 turn down like this? Well, what happened here was a small tight trading range that got a bear breakout. It's 2 legs down, so we needed a couple legs up to neutralize the market. And we turned down here at 41. Yeah, 41. Oh, geez. I don't know why this happens sometimes. Bear with me here. All right. That's annoying. Where was I? Okay, 42. So 41 turned down here. Basically, above any strong bear bar, there's going to be sellers. Strong bar here on 3, sold it. Strong bar here on 10, sellers. 16, any of these bars. So look at 36, 37, consecutive bear bars, a 3-bar bear micro channel. And this is a relatively strong bar. It's a breakout bar. It's not a great breakout bar, but 37 is a good follow-through bar. Climactic, yeah. But there's going to be sellers up here. Why? There's sellers up here because we had a neutral market in this trading range, and then we're getting a new market cycle. It's a breakout. And this is a breakout test of whatever we broke out of, so probably the 33 low. And if you're a bear, you probably have your stop above 37. And if you do, if you're a swing bear, you might sell more at the open of 36 or above 36 or above 37. So that's probably why we turned down here. But bad follow through 42, so we may have to rally a little bit before we continue lower. And in fact, 2 legs up, maybe a failed bear breakout. It could be traders getting out who were stuck selling the close of 37 or selling close of 39 because we reversed up from those levels. But instead, we gapped down. So many traders sold the close of 42 that we gapped down, and now we're breaking out below everything. Now this is getting a little climactic. It's a really strong bar, so I bet it gets a second leg down. We're probably going to head for the weekly low here, but we may need to pull back first. It's consecutive sell climaxes. It's a tight channel down. Some decent buying pressure here, but probably more down. Bad follow through 44, outside down 45. So second leg down. We're getting near support. The close of 81, last week's low. We'll probably vacuum down to either of those levels pretty soon. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. 46, strong breakout bar, trying to vacuum down to support. A lot of magnets down here that we'll probably test. And then good follow through 47, reversing up from the weekly low, so we may find profit taking here. Tail on the bottom of the bar tells me that bears might begin taking profits, so this might be more of a buy the close bar than a sell the close bar. 48, inside bar, and then climactic sell-off, 49. Go ahead and pull this up a little bit. It's a breakout. It's a tight channel down. It's a big leg 1 sideways and then leg 2. So reasonable to look to buy soon. Traders bought the close of 49. We reversed up. Reasonable stop entry signal bar for the bulls, but the channel down is so tight we'll probably find sellers above any of these bars. 51, good entry bar, good follow through back above the weekly low and yesterday's low. But again, this is the breakout bar, so we need some follow through. Good follow through, strong micro channel, 52, 51, and 50. Probably a pullback in a second leg. Reasonable to buy the close, buy below bars. Probably buyers down here. Bears are covering their shorts. Why did they cover? Well, they covered because it's consecutive sell climaxes, like I said, a big leg 1, leg 2 move. But then within this breakout, we have a leg down, a pause, a strong leg down, a pause, and then a third leg down here with a big tail. And this is parabolic. If you draw a line across the lows here, we broke out below the channel line and reversed up. We overshot the channel line. And whenever that happens, you can expect a couple legs up. And that's what we're getting. So probably a pullback in a second leg up. But again, this channel down is so tight, this is certainly going to be some form of a breakout test, maybe of the 44 low or the 37 low. So resistance is not far away. And for that reason, we're hesitating here on 53. 54, nearly outside down, but probably buyers below. Deep pullback and then a sell-off 55. Big tail testing the weekly low and reversing up. I expect us to go lower. 3-bar micro channel on 56 after a deep pullback. Maybe a little bit more down, but now we're getting close to a 50% retracement of the strong micro channel, so we may start to find buyers here. And what's stronger, this rally or this sell-off? Unless we get a big bear bar accelerating down, I imagine bulls are still holding and probably adding to their shorts. But if we keep selling off and we start hesitating on the rally, the bulls are going to give up and we may see a big vacuum give up bar. 57, momentum slowing down. And then a bull bar 58, second leg up from the micro channel, but bad follow through testing the EMA. I missed it over here. Look at this, 54, 55, tested the EMA and sold off. That tells you that we're in a bear market, in a bear trend. Any test of the EMA that gets sold off and we're hovering below the EMA all the way down, and then again here and here, we're definitely in a bear trend, so probably sellers above. 60 is a strong bar, it's a shaved bar, it's a reversal bar, but a reversal of what? This is overall a tight trading range now, and there's not much to reverse. Deep pullback and a rally on 61, maybe going higher, but to me this is a completed 2 legs up, and then this second leg has at least 2 or 3 legs in it. So we may find profit taking up here. Doji, another one here, 63. Reasonable stop entry for the bulls. We could get a third leg up. These are a lot of strong bars, and there's really an absence of strong bear bars in this entire rally here. So it's reasonable to expect a third leg up, but we may need to pull back more. Bad entry bar for the bulls, 64, and then failed breakout below that bar. probably sellers above, but instead sellers at the close, 66. 66 is a breakout of this small tight trading range, this bull flag, but it could be just 2 legs down and a complex second leg down. So we may find buyers below that low, but to me, probably going a little bit lower. 67, small pullback and then sell-off, but tail, probably lower. Instead, traders bought the close. Shave bar, it's a buy signal bar in and of itself because there's absence of tails on the top and bottom of the bar. So maybe going a little bit higher, but starting to accumulate bear bars here. So overall trading range could be the bottom of the channel. Reasonable to expect the channel to look something like this. So may go a little higher for a third leg, but it's leg 3 in a trading range and bear trend, so not ideal. Sellers above 69, but then bad follow through 70, getting close to the end of the day, so really anybody should just be watching at this point. Big bull bar, possibly a buy the close rally into the end of the day, 71, but bad follow through 72, probably going lower. Instead, traders bought the close of 72 and we reversed up into this inside bar, probably sellers above. Good follow through for the bulls, small pullback and a rally. Buy the close into the end of the day. 78, we pulled back. 79, follow through, but bad follow through. 80 and 81, the start of a second leg down from 77. So overall, really fun day. You know, I had a really nice time. I had a really enjoyable time reading this because, you know, it's just fun to think about this stuff. And it's really my favorite when I can just see the trend happening and I just understand what's happening here. You know, this is clearly a 2-legged rally with a good sell signal bar near the EMA. I went through this pretty quick. You know, right now it's 17 minutes into the video, but this entire day was 6.5 hours, you know, 6 hours. So for me to cover everything in 17 minutes really isn't doing this day much justice, but in doing this, I'm at least building a memory bank of patterns and bars and shapes and relationships. You know, what's the relationships of this 2-legged rally with a good sell signal bar and bad follow through? Well, you know, you could say it's a failed breakout of this trading range and, you know, this is probably going to fail. But then you get 43, this is clearly a give up bar and we're clearly going lower, you know. And even if you don't know anything, you just sell the close, put your stop, you know, somewhere up here. Maybe sell a pullback too. You know, yeah, you might fail, but probably sellers above, and that's what you got there. And you ended up getting at least 2 times your risk on that trade. So, you know, it's really fun for me to read price action like this because I feel like I just understand the trending behavior that's happening. And sometimes I don't, you know. I read the Russell yesterday and I had a much more difficult time because of all the bad follow through in this bear trend down here. But as I'm reading this, it's teaching me what's happening on the chart, what's working and what's not working. You know, obviously, what's working here are traders buying below lows and scalping out and selling the close of strong bull bars. Here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, maybe you skip it through here because this is a good breakout, you know. And it doesn't take a genius to see that we're flipping into long here, so you don't want to sell that for that reason. But elsewhere, you know, even here is a little tricky. Maybe to sell that close, but you know, that was the move on this day. And it's really important for me to understand what works here, you know. So reading this day, I really liked it because, you know, I'm stopping up here and saying, okay, traders are selling the close here. Traders are buying the close here. This is leg 1, pullback leg 2, deep pullback here, leg 3. You know, traders bought the close here. So that's a reasonable thing to do. It's reasonable. And at the time, you know, I would say you're kind of crazy to buy the close of 3 right here. You know, especially, just look at this bar. Yeah, it's a big, strong bull bar, but good God. I mean, nobody can look at bar 1 and say, oh, this is going higher. Oh, this is going lower. You have no idea what this is going to do. And until you get some follow-through bars, you know, it's really impossible to tell. But anyway, it's just fascinating. Traders bought the close here. You know, traders sold the close up here. Bought the close down here. Sold, bought, sold, bought, sold. Sold more. Then look at this. We get a strong bear trend. And what works? What works are stop entries. Bad signal bar stop entries actually are working. You know, like here. 29, terrible stop entry, but good God, could you imagine selling all the way up here? You know, you would have made many times your risk all the way down if you held, but nobody's going to do that. I'm just saying that it's fascinating that it happened at all. 25, horrible sell signal bar, and look what it led to. You know, that's why it's important to recognize, you know, yes, 41, not an ideal. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. You know, 41, not an ideal signal bar here, but look what it led to. You know, this tiny little shit bear bar, 2 legs up, led to this incredible sell-off. You know, that's just amazing. And then here, what is this? 43, 44. You know, terrible sell signal bar, but yet traders sold above it and sold to close, and we broke out below it, and it led to a very strong bear trend. You know, so just fascinating. And then you get the strong 3-bar micro channel. You're certainly going higher. The market is probably always in long at this point. You know, you buy the close, stop down here, buy a pullback, buy below this bar. And if you bought below this bar, this is the last strong bar in the micro channel, you would have done just fine. You know, you didn't even have the opportunity to buy below 51. So that's incredibly powerful information to learn. And you know, it's really, really enjoyable for me to read this. You know, look at the test of the EMA here. You know, strong breakout here above the EMA. You know, yeah, deep pullback, but what is this? Probably bears getting trapped here, selling more here, and then getting out with a smaller loss here, and the bar reversed up. Now, anytime this happens, this is probably not a buy the close bar, more of a buy a pullback bar. And even a bad buy signal bar, bad sell signal bar here, that's a good buy below bar. So it's just fascinating. And then 63, you might say, oh, okay, that's a decent stop entry for the bulls. But, you know, bad entry bar, and it led to a reasonable short scalp. You know, and then you could say, okay, maybe 65, maybe this bull breakout is going to work. We're going to get leg 1, pullback leg 2, maybe. You know, but it didn't. Traders sold the close of that bar. We flipped a short. At least temporarily. We got small follow through. But then shaved bar, 68, led to a buy the close rally into the end of the day. As far as gaps on the chart, like, yeah, we had a gap. I wasn't really paying much attention to the gap. But we do have a gap here between this bull body and that bear close. You know, so on a line chart, it's a legit gap. On a candlestick chart, that gap is closed. But still a sign of strength. But look, I mean, Jesus, are you going to buy after all this? You know, and this is your follow through? Not really. Probably tough to hold short through all of this. Terrible follow through. I mean, this is a couple of hours, or at least 1 hour of, you know, just kind of grinding down, you know, rallying. Every bar rallies and fails, and, you know, so really interesting day, fascinating day. I really enjoyed it and hope you did too. Thanks.